Rise and shine, everyone. It is Thursday, August 1st. Welcome to Rise and Shine. So today we're going to be visiting with guests with Gadsden State. So let me give you a little overview. The Medical Assistant Program at Gadsden State Community College is a new program designed to offer students the education and training needed to become skilled medical assistants. The program covers a range of administrative and clinical tasks essential for supporting healthcare providers in various medical settings. The first cohort of this program will start on August 19th, and the application has just now opened. Today, we are joined by two esteemed guests, Dr. Susan Thrasher, the Director of the Medical Assistant Program, and Dr. Joey Battles, the Dean of Health Sciences. So welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Yes,
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for being here, and thank you for joining again. Dr. Battles, so we've had you on the show before. I got to learn a little bit about the health, a lot of bit about the health sciences. And Dr. Thrasher, it's really great to meet you. I've heard really great things.
Thank you. Thank
Yes. So I'm excited about telling our viewers about this new program. So I kind of gave them a little overview, but nothing like what you'll be able to do. So that was just based on the wonderful information that is at gadstenstate.edu. So we want to remind our viewers that you can find information on there as well. So let's get into it. Tell us about this new program.
We are super excited to be bringing this to Gadsden State. This is a program that's greatly needed for our community. We're going to give these students the background and education that they need to be trained professionals. It's something that will impact our community in such a positive way. We're going to include communication skills along with clinical and administrative tasks completion or skill completion. But we also want to teach compassion. That's something that is so lacking in our community right now. And to be a true caregiver, I think you need to start with that compassion. So we are super excited to get this program off and running. And I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yes, me too. Dr. Battles.
Well, we've actually searched for over 2 years looking for a program director. We're so thrilled to have Dr. Thrasher to join us. I know she's going to do wonderful things with the program. So we've had this, like I said, set up for a couple of years. We have our labs ready to go, our classroom settings ready to go. We just needed a really good person to lead the charge, and Dr. Thrasher is here to do that.
And that's so important. So we've kind of given a little overview, but let's get into that a little bit more. A little overview of the Medical Assistant Program.
Okay.
What are the core objectives and goals of the program? I mean, you did mention the compassion, and that is such, I agree, very needed.
So I will say that there are a lot of medical assisting programs that pop up. You know, get your certificate in 6 to 8 weeks. There is no way you can learn what you need to know to be a skilled professional in this arena. But we want to provide the education that allows these medical professionals to understand the law and the ethics that go along with being a healthcare professional. We also want them to understand the administrative side, which would include insurance billing, referrals, coding. I mean, there's a lot of systems that are now available which help, but there's a lot of knowledge that needs to be attained. So I want my students to be ready the minute they graduate to step out there in the job and know exactly what they're doing and just embrace it and grow from it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That'll give a lot of comfort to both the employers and to the students, to the new employees.
So I think one of the things too, when you're talking about objectives, is looking for communication skills. Many times we see today, and we all have our phones with us. We all do texting. You know, it's very short and succinct. And as we were talking before we started today about going to a doctor's office, a lot of people get nervous about it. And so having those communication skills to help the patients to feel comfortable and to know that they're going to, get the best care possible, I think is really important. Critical thinking is another thing. And when you're talking about critical thinking, that's a long process. And so, as Dr. Thrasher talked about, it's not something you can do in just a short 6 to 8 week program. You really need some time. So this 5-semester program will give students time to develop those skills. So communication skills, critical thinking skills, I think are two important things. As I tell students all the time, your skill set you'll continue to hone that, and it'll get better and better as you continue to practice. But we want to make sure that when you come out that you have those good skills that make patients feel comfortable.
Yeah, that makes sense because you can learn in the classroom, but you learn by doing and by experience.
Absolutely.
And that's so important.
I kind of call it the oh yeah experience. So it's like you hear it, you practice it in the labs, and then you get on the job and you go, oh yeah, this is what they were talking about.
I like
it makes sense then. So
well, you often in a job interview or an application, you're asked, do you have experience? Because experience is super important, and they can confidently, the students that are going through this program are going to be able to confidently say, yes, I have experience.
Yes.
And I think that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand is when you're looking at a medical assistant, it truly is a skill set a little that we take from nursing, a little skill set we take from medical lab, and a little skill set that we take from radiography. And so they're doing minor things in each of these areas. And so, yes, they're not going to have the full knowledge to be a radiographer or a nurse or a medical lab technician, but they are going to be doing some of those more, I don't want to say simplified, but
foundational skills that they can safely perform that task.
Yeah. And when you're thinking about all of those professions, at least at Gadsden State, those are all 5-semester programs. And so to have that little bit of a skill set from each of those 3 areas really does require you to come into a full-fledged program that's at least 5 semesters also.
So if someone is interested in going into the medical field, would you suggest that they started here? Would this be a good place to start?
So this is a great place to start, but it can also be a lifelong career.
Sure.
This is not necessarily a temporary position. These students will be able to run a medical office, work in an outpatient clinic, work in a hospital. They'll be knowledgeable, that they will be so marketable that they can fill a lot and tick off a lot of the boxes that are required for medical providers.
And actually some physicians, it may just be the physician, maybe a clerk, and then a medical assistant that's in the whole entire office. And so they do need to have those skill sets. So certainly could be a stepping stone if they wanted to go into another healthcare profession, but it's Dr. Thrasher said, this could just be their whole entire career.
So there's a need out there. There's a large
there's a huge need.
Okay.
Yes. Healthcare is the #1 industry that needs employees.
Wow. So when you hear people say there's no jobs out there,
that's not accurate.
oh, there are.
As a matter of fact, I think I jotted down, no I didn't, I jotted down the salary that most medical assistants in the state of Alabama make, but I want to say it was like 71% that healthcare professionals were, because it is the highest profession that is in need of employees.
Wow.
So.
Wow. So that makes sense why that was, the Gadsden State was determined to find the perfect person to head up this new program. Are you going to be working and partnering with local healthcare facilities in this as well?
We are.
I think I read something about that.
We are. We will do, students will do, of course, later in the curriculum, they'll do a phlebotomy preceptorship, and so that entails the actual art of venipuncture. And so they'll understand the draw sequence, they'll understand the tests that are done on the different test tubes, or the different vacutainer tubes, and they'll be skilled. So it's like they won't come out going, yeah, I know about that, but I don't know how to do it. So that'll help tremendously. I lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
Okay.
You lost me too, talking about the
venipuncture. Yeah, there's a lot of people when I talk. Everybody's like, oh, no.
But I'm so glad there are those that can.
Yes. When I trained to be a medical assistant, our instructor blindfolded us, and we had to stick each other blindfolded.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I had a huge fear of needles. It didn't take long for me to get over that, but yeah, I don't know that we'll be doing that, but they will have enough experience that they're very competent.
Which I appreciate that. When I go into a setting, I mean, I am one that it is intimidating, I think would probably be the best word, because I don't know if it's not necessarily well, some I have been in healthcare situations that have been super stressful, but I think intimidating because you're being very vulnerable.
Absolutely.
And so that's a hard place. So to know that you have someone that has that level of compassion and has that, what do we call it, bedside manner, if you will, that can kind of put you at comfort and that can explain things to you that that you can actually comprehend. Yeah, like what you're talking about, my health, my body, things that are going on with me. I want to be able to understand that and also feel okay to ask questions and to feel a little intimidated and to be put at ease. So I'm really glad, just from a patient standpoint.
And we tell students, I think this all the time, is when you have patients, for the most part, they're not coming into a medical facility or to a doctor's office because they feel great. Right. They're in a compromised position. There's that unknown, and that's very scary for all of us. And so to have a person that can sort of help you through that process and make it the best that it can be, I think it is critical for all of us, including myself.
Yeah, I completely agree with
we
that.
want to be comforted and taken seriously when we feel bad. I mean, that's just human nature.
Yeah, because we feel bad.
I don't want to feel like a number, which unfortunately that's the way a lot of facilities are now. You're just a number. It's not personal. I want it to be personal with my students. I want it to be personal. Yes, it is, very much so.
Well, I'm really happy about that. That's a great thing for the future of healthcare, and it starts right there at Gadsden State. So we've got so much more to talk about. I definitely want to challenge you all to share this information and to reach out to the website, gaddsdenstate.edu. You can find info there, but hey, we have way more to share with you this morning. So we're going to go hear a word from our sponsors, and we will be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Some say college isn't for single parents or people who work full-time. I'm here to prove them wrong. I'm a first-generation American, the father of Dion, and a non-traditional student at Gadsden State Community College. As a sergeant in the Army National Guard, I've watched soldiers with degrees progress faster in their careers. So today, I'm in school, involved in the Veterans Upward Bound program, and excited to see what's in store for my career. I truly am earning my wings at Gadsden State.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance. Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel, but professional care. Come see us today.
I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV 24 News Update. More on the tragedy in Birmingham where 3 people, 5-year-old Landon Brooks, his mother, 28-year-old Arkia Berry, and her boyfriend, 28-year-old Eric Ashley Jr., were all found shot to death inside their car on July 13th. The shooter or shooters fled the scene and witnesses believe they left in a different vehicle. A potential motive in the case has not been disclosed, but police said the shooting was targeted. A suspect who has been investigated in this case has now been arrested on unrelated federal gun charges. Per AL.com, federal court documents identify a 24-year-old Birmingham man as a potential suspect in the triple homicide. An ATF agent wrote in a criminal complaint that he was notified on July 18th that the Birmingham man was identified a potential suspect in the homicide. Birmingham police said no arrests have been made and declined to comment on the federal complaint. One of the cars believed to be involved in the homicide was a rental car with a Georgia license plate. Birmingham's Crime Reduction Unit set up surveillance in East Birmingham and then followed the possible suspect to a car wash where he was taken into custody and the vehicle was seized. Officers could see in plain view an AR variant firearm. They then obtained a search warrant and confiscated a Keltec PLR-16, which is a semi-automatic pistol, a digital scale, and 2 baggies of what was believed to be cocaine. The suspect has been convicted of a felony crime before, so he is illegally prohibited to own a gun. He was booked into the Jefferson County Jail on July 19th and was released on July 26th. ATF then charged him with prohibited person in possession of a firearm. He was taken into custody again on Saturday the 27th by the U.S. Marshals, and he remains in federal custody. A probation revocation hearing as well as a federal court date is set for earlier next month. For more news stories like these, plus weather and sports, tune in tonight to the TV 24 News. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Rise and shine and welcome back. It's 7:47 on your Thursday morning, August the 1st, and together we are getting to learn about a new program offered at Gadsden State. The cohort begins August 19th, so there's still time to register. We're going to find out more from Dr. Susan Thrasher, who is the director of this new medical assistant program, and we also have Dr. Joey Battles with the director of the health sciences at Gadsden State. So that is a question. With it beginning on August 19th, is there still time to register?
Absolutely.
Oh, good.
Yes, I'll take them right up to the day off.
Oh, good.
So, yes,
Okay.
we want this to be a success, and we realize it's a little short notice, but like he said, it's been a long time coming, and we're just ready to get going.
Ready to get it started.
And I think the good thing about the curriculum, if anybody's nervous, the first semester is really designed for a couple of those general education courses. So your math, your English, your anatomy and physiology. So if you've got those already taken, really the only medical assistant course would be medical terminology. And so the full classes will actually start in the spring semester. So if somebody's like, oh, that's really, really close, you'll still be okay. We'll still work with you and get you in.
That's one of the things that I've noticed with Gadsden State, with getting to have these wonderful Thursday mornings, is you're so willing to work with and to assist and to be the biggest cheerleader for the students and to help. And not everybody knows what they're wanting to do, and so there may be, and I hope so, some viewers out there that are watching that think, oh yeah, I want to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
Let me do that. And with what you said, the salary is a really great salary, and the job opportunities are very high.
And Courtney, one thing we love to do is if students are interested, or if anybody's interested in wanting to see the college, or especially this program, just give us a call and we'll do your tour. We'll show you our labs, we'll show you our space where we have our classrooms, you get to be introduced to the faculty. So if they ever want to come and just see who we are and what we do, we're always welcoming. I think sometimes people think of a community college as, well, maybe they just won't have as much as a university or something like that. I can tell we've put in a little over about $2.5 million in the last 2 years into Gadsden State, just into health sciences. So we have brand new labs, we have x-ray facilities, we have lab facilities. So everything these students are going to be doing, really they're going to be working on the newest and the best.
That will give that preparedness.
Absolutely.
And I have gotten to visit the campus, and we're going to talk more, I believe, next week with Dr. Lightsey about the standardized patient program that you have. I got to be a part of that, and that was really exciting. And I got to see all of the incredible labs that you have, and the simulators, and it's really a hands-on learning experience. And as we talked about, that's so important.
Yeah,
you get that experience. Now you can sit there and you can, there are things that you need to learn in a book, and you do have that portion of it, but when you actually get to work in that and have those experiences, such as the standardized patient, where I got to pretend I'm a patient, or I was a patient, and then get to, they get that real life experience of walking in and meeting someone for the first time and the steps that you need to take. And yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah, and I think it's great too, because even in that situation, students get to hear from an actual patient.
Yeah.
What did you do really well? What could you improve on? And so I think hearing it from people like you just makes it really sink in that, hey, I need to look at you in the eyes when I'm talking to you. I need to speak up, or whatever it might be. And a lot of times we'll say those things also, but hearing them from you as a patient really makes a big difference. So.
Yeah, that was neat. After we concluded, that process, then the student would come back in, and then I was able to say, hey, when you made eye contact, that made me feel very seen. Or when you didn't do this, it made me feel, and so it was very constructive, and Dr. Lightsey was really great at guiding us through how to give that feedback. And so it was a really, really amazing experience.
Good.
So we're looking to maybe expand that experience down to our medical assistant program too. So.
Oh, well, I'm in. You just let me know.
Great.
That was so much fun. Well, let's talk more about what I know a lot of people are interested in also is what happens after you complete the program. What kind of, again, there's jobs out there.
Right.
How does the program assist students in job placement?
So at the end of successful completion of the 5 semesters, the students will sit for a certification exam administered by the American Association of Medical Assistants. In the state of Alabama, you do not have to have that certificate. However, I will say that having that certificate will ensure the physician that's hiring that this person has been properly trained. This person understands delegation. This person can advocate for the patients. And all those are very important.
Sure.
But once they get that certificate, then they can go to any state and work as a certified medical assistant.
Oh, wow.
They do have to maintain CEUs, which is continuing educational units, and so they can't just get the certificate, sit back, and not worry about growing in their knowledge, because it is a lifelong process. Everything changes every day in the medical field, and so we want them to be abreast of everything new and what's available on the horizon.
Wow. So it is not just Alabama. So if they take this certification, they can go to any state with that?
National.
Correct.
That is correct. Yes.
And then work at doctor's offices, medical clinics. There's just a variety of places. Hospitals now will bring in some medical assistants, and so there's just a huge number of places they can work. A lot of times at clinics and things like that too. No weekends or very limited weekends, no holidays, things like that. So there's that huge benefit too.
Yes.
That comes. Not so much with some of our other medical professions, and especially when you work in a hospital, because that's 24/7, 365.
Yeah. You don't get weekends.
No.
Holidays.
No.
Nights.
You might get a rare occasion of one, huh? You mentioned a word, advocate for patients.
Yes.
And I want you to elaborate that if you would.
Sure, I'd be glad to. It is our duty as healthcare professionals to make sure that our patients get the highest quality care that they deserve. And a lot of times their voice is silenced, but medical assistants that have gone through an accredited program, and we're working on getting ours accredited. It hasn't yet because it's a brand new program, but we are definitely in the process. Once they go through that, then they have that voice and they can say, stop, that's not in the patient's best interest. That's not, this treatment's not working. So it gives them an empowerment, or it gives the patient an empowerment through the healthcare professional, because they know, they understand the process of the body.
Wow.
Yeah. And I think one thing too is being able to have the conversation to pull or extract some of this from the patients. I just remember when my parents would go to the doctor and we'd talk about some aches and pains that they might be having, and then they get to their doctor's appointment and everything's great.
Yeah, I'm good.
And I'm like, did you talk to them about this?
And they
Well, I just didn't want to bother them. I'm like, no, that's not the reason we're here. And even though it was, for a wellness check, you should have talked about, the knees bothering you, or you got a little ache or pain here. And I think the medical assistant can do that, because we can have those longer conversations with them when they first come in, really just sort of sitting down, just like we're doing here, and having that conversation and saying, what's going on?
Right.
And really, but sometimes it really is truly extracting it from the patient, because everybody sort of clams up when they get in the doctor's office, and that shouldn't be the case.
It's an intimidating environment.
It
So,
is, and we don't always want to talk about all the things that are going on, because I don't always want to tell somebody all these things that I might not be.
But you're concerned about them. So you need to bring that up and say, hey, look, is this normal? Do I need to be doing something?
I've left a doctor's appointment thinking, I should have asked that, or well, if I
all of us have.
I think so. I think that tends to be something.
It is.
I mean, you probably do have people who will come in with their list of ailments and their things, that they're ready to talk about, but that's not necessarily the norm.
No, and I think probably the norm is to not say
To
it.
clam up. I think so.
And so I think, just like I said, having that conversation, and listen, we have phenomenal physicians that come in and also talk to the patient, but I think because there's just this different level, it's like the physicians up here, and so if we can just have this more communicative environment with our patients, I think it'll just help the whole entire process.
Absolutely. I know I would appreciate that. And it also helps the physicians catch more things, right? So if the patient's not telling them something, but they are the medical assistant, then the medical assistant can say, hey, maybe look at this.
Correct.
Oh, I love that. That makes so much sense.
Yeah, it's a perfect liaison.
Yes.
It is, because they'll tell the medical assistant stuff that she can jot down, and then the physician can go, well, what about this? And the patient will be like, oh, I'm glad you asked. But,
Yes.
it really came from them in the beginning. But,
Exactly, and you don't know if you don't know.
Right.
Well, we have more things to talk about. It's time for another break.
Okay.
So stay tuned. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gadsden or Oxford.
Hello, I'm Taylor Sloan with the City of Oxford, with a word about one of our city's most precious resources, water. Clean water enriches our lives in so many ways, but we cannot afford to take it for granted. Remember, every time you pour something unnatural down the drain or in the environment, and every time you litter, our beautiful lakes and creeks suffer. Our city is beautiful. Let's all join together to keep it that way. Stop pollution where it starts, and help protect our waters for life.
What can you buy for $10? A hat? A milkshake? 166 channels plus live sports? That's right, for only $10 you can get 166 channels of classic TV shows and movies, including the latest news update from all around the world and local sports. Just simply go to 24ctn.com and click download, and then for only $10 you can have access to the best TV available.
The weather is warming up and spring is just around the corner at Miller Sand and Landscape Supply. I'm Craig Miller, and we've got something for everyone. From bulk materials like sand, gravel, and mulch to beautiful outdoor decor to make your outdoor living space the envy of the neighborhood. See our beautiful selection of Mazzarelli fountains, flowers to brighten your garden, and an outdoor center loaded with beautiful decor. Whether you need a little or a lot, visit Miller Sand and Landscape Supply.
Looking for unbeatable deals? Look no further than Shop 24, your go-to spot for incredible discounts and savings. From local dining and entertainment to grocery stores and everything you need, we've got deals you won't find anywhere else. But hurry, these hot deals are limited and going fast. Grab your phone and call now. Don't let these savings slip away. Join me, Kip Chappell, at Shop 24 every Monday at 6:30 p.m. Tune in to save big with Shop 24.
I'm Lacey Klontz with your TV 24 News Update. More on the tragedy in Birmingham where 3 people, 5-year-old Landon Brooks, his mother, 28-year-old Arkeia Berry, and her boyfriend, 28-year-old Eric Ashley Jr., were all found shot to death inside their car on July 13th. The shooter or shooters fled the scene and witnesses believe they left in a different vehicle. A potential motive in the case has not been disclosed, but police said the shooting was targeted. A suspect who has been investigated in this case has now been arrested on unrelated federal gun charges. Per AL.com, federal court documents identify a 24-year-old Birmingham man as a potential suspect in the triple homicide. An ATF agent wrote in a criminal complaint that he was notified on July 18th that the Birmingham man was identified a potential suspect in the homicide. Birmingham police said no arrests have been made and declined to comment on the federal complaint. One of the cars believed to be involved in the homicide was a rental car with a Georgia license plate. Birmingham's Crime Reduction Unit set up surveillance in East Birmingham and then followed the possible suspect to a car wash where he was taken into custody and the vehicle was seized. Officers could see in plain view an AR variant firearm. They then obtained a search warrant and confiscated a Keltec PLR-16, which is a semi-automatic pistol, a digital scale, and 2 baggies of what was believed to be cocaine. The suspect has been convicted of a felony crime before, so he is illegally prohibited to own a gun. He was booked into the Jefferson County Jail on July 19th and was released on July 26th. ATF then charged him with prohibited person in possession of a firearm. He was taken into custody again on Saturday the 27th by the U.S. Marshals, and he remains in federal custody. A probation revocation hearing as well as a federal court date is set for earlier next month. For more news stories like these, plus weather and sports, tune in tonight to the TV 24 News. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Klontz.
Rise and shine, everyone. It's 8 o'clock on your Thursday morning, August the 1st, and there's an exciting new program at Gadsden State. Now, this program is designed to offer students education and training needed to be a skilled medical assistant. And so to continue this conversation, we have Dr. Susan Thrasher. She is going to be the director, or is the director of this new medical assistant program, and Dr. Joey Battles, who is the Dean of Health Services. Sciences, I want to say services, but it's health sciences there at Gadsden State Community College. So welcome back to our viewers, and thank you so much for starting your morning off with us. I know you are super busy daily, all of the things to do with all of the wonderful health sciences programs at Gadsden State, and now gearing up for a new program. So let's talk about admissions and the process, and what do prospective students need to know how to apply?
All right, if they'll go to our Gadsden State website and they can do, is it program?
You can go to gadsdenstate.edu/medical.
Oh, okay, excellent. So they got that link up. So yeah, and then they can take a look at the curriculum and get a feel for what's included in that program. And if they need any help at all, I am sure that we've got Diane Ledbetter's information there, and she is amazing. She will assist them in any way she can.
That's wonderful.
So
speaking of curriculum, one of my notes, because I got to deep dive into it a little bit yesterday, and I know that there's so much more to learn, but the curriculum includes courses in anatomy and physiology, medical terminology, like you mentioned, medical laws and ethics and clinical procedures. So
So our students will be trained kind of flexible to work in the front office as well as in the back. So they will have the ability to assess the patient health information, maintain patient records, collect vital signs, do basic lab work. They can do urinalysis, CBCs, chemistry profiles, EKGs, x-rays, like chest, extremities. They'll assist with procedures like colonoscopies or pap smears.
All of those fun things.
All of those fun things
that are necessary, and we need to know. We need people to know to do
They
those.
will be. The one good thing about them is they can give injections. So they can give immunizations if it's a pediatric office. They can administer flu shots if it's a geriatric office. So that's very beneficial.
It is. So what advice do you have students who are interested, or any of our viewers who are interested in joining the first cohort?
If they think they want to do something in the medical field that's fun, that's engaging, it's empowering, this would be the program for them. Please come to the website, visit us, sign up, call me, come and take a tour. I would love to talk with them.
And for this first time, I think the easy part is it's just an application process.
Right.
No fee that goes along with it, so complete the application process and submit your stuff to us. We'll give you a call back, and then we can go from there. So a very easy process this first semester that we're doing the program. The other good thing about it also is as students get into the program, I think one thing that's very unique is some of these skills that Dr. Thrasher just talked about. We do have full programs with there. So they will be doing some x-ray procedures, maybe like a chest x-ray, an abdomen x-ray, maybe a hand x-ray. Well, we have a full x-ray program that teaches all these things. So they'll be able to go into those labs and learn those techniques. They'll be doing some lab procedures, doing chemistries and things like that. We have a full laboratory technician program, so we have those things available for them also. So I think it's something where you just want a little bit of those various nursing skills, radiography skills, and lab skills. It is a perfect profession for you.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, the other program directors there are phenomenal, and they have been so helpful to me, and they're excited about this program as well. So I look forward to a very successful.
And working together with these instructors.
Absolutely. Yes.
And it's one thing we committed to as we were looking at medical assistant, because again, there are some programs that are very short, condensed, 6 weeks, 8 week programs. I'm sure there's some good programs out there, but we were very committed when we were going to start this program that it was going to be a top-notch program, that when students came out, they would have the skill set, the knowledge, and the training they would need to be successful, and to be able to work with patients, because even though all of our professions are important, I think when you're working with a person's health, it even becomes more critical that you know what you're doing and you can do that really well, especially if I'm the person looking at you needing the health care.
Absolutely. Yeah, we want to make sure that we have someone who knows what they're doing and knows what they're talking about.
Right.
Yeah, what a great experience. And that's what colleges should do, is set you up for success.
Absolutely.
And to give you all those tools that you need to be successful. And to either stay in the medical assistant, as a medical assistant for a career, as you said, or they may find that they enjoy doing the x-ray portion the most, or they might enjoy doing the lab. So it can kind of give them a little glimpse into all of the opportunities. I think that'd be a great program to get into, especially if you're trying to figure out what you want to do. So this could be a wonderful career opportunity, or it could be a stepping stone into another opportunity for you.
And we're looking at about 20 students in their first group coming up in just a few short weeks.
Yeah, not long.
But if we can get a class of 20, if it's less than that, that's perfectly fine too. But when they graduate, I think that's the most exciting thing, because you can go into a lot of professions, and sometimes you're not sure when you graduate if you're going to be able to work in that profession. Medical is not that way. If you graduate from any of our health sciences programs, you're going to be able to find a job. And you can pretty much, even if you decide I want to go to Washington State, or if I want to go to New York, or if I want to go to Hawaii, the Midwest, or if you just want to stay here in Alabama, which we would love,
yes,
you're going to be able to find a job and make really good pay, and just really enjoy your career.
Yeah. And there's opportunities there for those scholarships, those transfer scholarships too, and that's incredible. I love that Gadsden State has that opportunity for students to go and even expand on their education even further, like you mentioned. And yes, we want to keep them in Alabama. We need wonderful healthcare providers here. How do you envision the program impacting our local community?
Wow, that's a great question. I would love for it to bring back that professionalism to the offices, where patients feel like they're almost part of a family. Does that make sense? I mean, that they belong there and they're comfortable in their care. So, I mean, it's a very positive impact for our community, especially if they stay around here.
Yeah.
You know, we've got clinics popping up everywhere, and we want to help staff those with great employees.
Yes, and we want you to do that too. Those of us who receive health care locally, we want that. I mean, there are some great facilities, and there's some great, but one of the things I'm noticing is they need more people.
Yes.
Like you said, I mean,
yes.
there's a high demand for people who, not just to go work there, not just to be employed and just be, they don't just need numbers of staff, but they need those employees who are trained and who are ready.
Yes, skilled
and
professionals.
And readiness.
Right.
Like, okay, I'm here, I'm ready, I have this experience, I have this training. Let's get going.
Let's do
And I think
this.
sometimes what we find is, because there's such a need for medical assistants, that a lot of doctors' offices may just bring a person off the street and have them work with another medical assistant. Well, the issue with that is sometimes just having that time to really sit down and say, hey, here's how to do venipuncture, here's how to take an x-ray, and so it has to be very quick of A, B, C, D, E. And that's okay, but when you're with us, you know, you have instructors, you have all this time to really learn the materials, and we're talking about 5 semesters. That's an incredible amount of time that you can learn all these things, and then once you get out, you really have the knowledge base to be able to do these procedures and do them really well. And I think that's critical. It's very critical for our patients.
It is. Setting these students up for success, and setting up the patients to receive the best.
Absolutely.
So that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
It's hard to believe, but it's time for us to take another break. I still have so many more questions. So I want to make sure that you stay tuned. And let us know if you have any questions. Of course, as we've said, GadsdenState.edu/medical is a wonderful place to start. Stay tuned. We'll make sure you also have contact information. So we'll be right back. You're watching Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24.
Come out and check out the Alabama Tractor Difference. We can take care of all your needs of parts, sales, and service for RTVs, zero turns, and tractors and construction equipment. See us here in Lincoln at 620 Speedway Industrial Drive. Or come visit us here in Asheville at 275 6th Avenue, or give us a call at 205-594-7000.
Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery in Oxford is the area's leading auto body shop, serving Anniston, Oxford, Talladega, and surrounding areas since 1996. They specialize in auto body repair and refinishing, paint correction, paintless dent repair, towing, and so much more. For all of your auto body needs, contact Hughes Paint and Body Works Towing and Recovery at 256-835-1170. Also online at HughesPaintandBody.com.
I'm Alan Parnell with Parnell Insurance Agency. We've been here in Oxford and Alabama, Tallapoosa, Georgia since 1990. With Auto Owners Insurance, we're able to give customers competitive pricing along with excellent coverages. Parnell Insurance can handle all of your personal, commercial, and life insurance needs. We have a very experienced staff, both personal and commercial. All together, we've got about 125 years experience. Come see what our insurance agency can do for you in Oxford, Alabama, and Tallapoosa, Georgia.
Auto Owners Insurance. At Bentley Prosthetic and Medical Supply, we care about you. We offer custom prosthetics, orthotics, diabetic shoes, and durable medical supplies. We're located here in Alexandria, Alabama, where it's a country feel but professional care. Come see us today.
Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gadsden or Oxford.
I'm Lacey Clontz with your TV 24 News Update. More on the tragedy in Birmingham where 3 people, 5-year-old Landon Brooks, his mother, 28-year-old Arkia Berry, and her boyfriend, 28-year-old Eric Ashley Jr., were all found shot to death inside their car on July 13th. The shooter or shooters fled the scene and witnesses believe they left in a different vehicle. A potential motive in the case has not been disclosed, but police said the shooting was targeted. The suspect, who has been investigated in this case, has now been arrested on unrelated federal gun charges. Per AL.com, federal court documents identify a 24-year-old Birmingham man as a potential suspect in the triple homicide. An ATF agent wrote in a criminal complaint that he was notified on July 18th that the Birmingham man was identified a potential suspect in the homicide. Birmingham police said no arrests have been made and declined to comment on the federal complaint. One of the cars believed to be involved in the homicide was a rental car with a Georgia license plate. Birmingham's Crime Reduction Unit set up surveillance in East Birmingham and then followed the possible suspect to a car wash where he was taken into custody and the vehicle was seized. Officers could see in plain view an AR variant firearm. They then obtained a search warrant and confiscated a Keltec PLR-16, which is a semi-automatic pistol, a digital scale, and 2 baggies of what was believed to be cocaine. The suspect has been convicted of a felony crime before, so he is illegally prohibited to own a gun. He was booked into the Jefferson County Jail on July 19th and was released on July 26th. ATF then charged him with prohibited person in possession of a firearm. He was taken into custody again on Saturday the 27th by the U.S. Marshals, and he remains in federal custody. A probation revocation hearing as well as a federal court date is set for earlier next month. For more news stories like these, plus weather and sports, tune in tonight to the TV 24 News. For WEAC TV 24, I'm Lacey Clontz.
Welcome back to Rise and Shine right here on WEAC TV 24. It's 8:17 on your Thursday morning, the 1st of August. We have been talking about the new medical assistant program at Gadsden State Community College. If you have been interested in pursuing a career in medical, this is a wonderful place for you to go. You can still register. The first cohort begins August 19th.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we've still got a few days. That's enough time to get registered.
Absolutely.
The application process is still open, so don't delay. Don't delay on your future. Right?
Right.
It's such an opportunity there to go to Gadsden State Community College, which has amazing campus life as well as amazing facilities. I mean, state of the art, like you mentioned, $2.5 million just in the last, 2 years that you've poured in to these programs that are going to help enhance a student's experience and the outcome of the students who graduate from the programs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so congratulations. Congratulations to the new program, and for finding Dr. Thrasher to spearhead this program. I'm looking forward to following it and to seeing the wonderful things that you do, and to being part of the journey, even as a standardized patient.
Yes.
That was so much fun. So let's talk a little bit about admissions. What is required? So if those out there have a few questions, of course, you can always look at the website. There's always people to help, and we want to make sure we give them the phone number. But let's talk about what it takes to apply for this program. ACT scores, GPA levels, background checks, those things.
So they'll apply to the college, and if they have transcripts that are coming from another college, that'll come in. ACT score of at least 18.
Okay.
And GPA 2.5. And there is a criminal background check that is done at some point during the first semester.
Yeah, during the first semester.
But you want to know that the professionals that you're graduating are upstanding citizens. So you want them to be.
We're talking about levels of comfort here,
absolutely,
and that is one
absolutely.
of those.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Anything else that they might need to know? Just come in with an open mind and the spirit of learning, and
absolutely.
And if they've done some classes, dual enrollment, or they've had some past education at other institutions, or if they've had some education at Gadsden State, we'll certainly look at those classes. Of course, there's A&P classes, math, English course, a psychology course. So really some of those very basics that is really applicable for any profession that you might be going into.
Sure.
Then we can pull those over, and like I said, the first semester, then if you've got a lot of those courses taken, or if you have none of those courses taken, you'd start out with those, and then we would add in a medical terminology class, and then more of the, what I would call the beefy part of medical assistant would then start in the spring semester. So they got plenty of time to get in, and we can help you with that process. We have a clerk that's very specific to the program, and so if you've got any questions, website, gadsdenstate.edu, or you can call in and we'll help you out and get you registered.
One thing that I love about Gadsden State, of many of the things, is the student support process of it. And so that is also offered with this program, is those student support services and extra like tutoring and help. Is that?
Yes, and we have a whole department for student support. So if you need tutoring services, and these are all free. Tutoring services, study skills, any of the things to help you be successful. Actually, when we get to a midterm, we look at student grades, and we'll submit a list over to student services, so they will actually even reach out to students. So if you're a little apprehensive about doing that, we always encourage it as faculty to go and reach out and to take those services. But we'll also reach out to them too from student services to say, hey, we just have this available for you, and so if you need anything. So if it's been a while since you've been into college, don't worry. A community college is the best place to start out, because we just have those resources available for you.
And having those smaller class sizes too. I mean, being able to have that one-on-one with the instructors, and I mean that goes very, very far.
And I hope that the older generation understands this is not just for right out of high school. This is for anyone that has the desire to work in the medical field.
Maybe you've been in a similar field, or maybe you've been in retail and you've decided to change direction. This is an opportunity there to do so.
I think a lot of times people, they think about it. It's in the back of their head of, I think I want to get into the medical field. I'm just not sure how. I don't know if I want to be a nurse. I don't know if I want to be a radiographer, but this just gives you such variety. So you can come in, you can be in those doctors' offices, you can be in those clinics, you can work one-on-one with doctors, develop that relationship. And then to me, then it's like a team approach when you have patients that come in, that it's the doctor and the medical assistant that's providing the best care for those patients.
Yeah, I can't think of a reason to wait. If you were looking into wanting to join the medical field, or change your career, or begin your career, no matter where it is, I can't think of a reason. Can you think of a reason to? No. I
please
can't
come
either.
see us.
Yeah, and if finances are of a concern, there's opportunities for that as well. So yeah, I can't think of a reason not to. It's just going to start with picking up that phone or going to the website and starting that process. I mean, that's really all you need to do is just start.
Yeah, just start. If you'll pick up the phone and give us a call, we'll help you to take care of the rest. I assure you.
You'll never be alone.
Yes.
We'll make sure we'll help you all the way.
What's been your experience being? So this is your first time at Gadsden State, right? This will be. What's been your experience?
It's been great. I keep thinking they're going to come in any day and say, "Oh, you're not supposed to be here," because it's just it's such a warm environment. I mean, it's like I don't go to work. I just go and hang with some really awesome people.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I can't say enough great things about Gadsden State. I started there.
You did?
When I got out of high school, I went to Gadsden State, and at that time, they did an abridged program with Regional Technical Institute in Birmingham, and so the medical assisting program, and that's where I've started. To be able to bring it back home, I mean, I'm living the dream.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for you. What are you most excited and looking forward to?
I cannot wait to just get in the classroom and share life experience and just see them absorb that knowledge and grow and just realize that it's life-changing.
Oh, I love it. What's the most exciting part to you, like with this medical assistant program?
I just think just being able to change lives of students.
Yeah.
I mean that's what we're here for. I mean, all of us got into education to change lives of students. It's part of one of our taglines of changing students' lives for good forever.
Yes.
And we truly believe in that tagline. And phenomenal faculty in the health sciences. I can't speak highly enough about them. Doctoral degrees, years and years of experience. So students are going to come into any of our health science programs, but particularly this one also, and they're just going to get superb education.
Yeah.
They will not be disappointed. Yeah. It will be rigorous.
Well, that's good, though.
And I say this to students all the time. I'm glad that we have these high standards because that's what patients deserve. And but I tell students, if you'll give your 100%, we'll give our 100%. We'll get you through graduation and then on to a very productive career.
From a patient standpoint, I'm really grateful for that, too, because that's very important. It is. Will you have patients come in and give feedback? I know that we have the standardized, but will you?
Right now it's not built in, but that's something that we have discussed hopefully doing in the future. I think that's great. And it provides a neutral feedback. They're not, they're not getting that what did I do wrong kind of feeling. They're like, what did I do right?
What did I do right?
And let's build on that.
But we'll start out with students, being patient for other students. And I think sometimes that gives you an understanding of what it's like to be on the other side. And not that you will critique the other students sometimes, but to see what that's like and then how you can improve on yourself. So if you feel like they didn't really explain that procedure well, just keep that in the back of your head that when I'm doing it, I need to explain the procedure, so that the patient can understand it. What are those terms that they will understand? So even if, it takes us a little while maybe to get to maybe a standardized patient kind of format, they'll still get that great feedback.
Well, I am really excited for all the students who are going to choose to sign up. There's still time. It begins on August the 18th, so 19th. We can just say 18th, and it'll August 19th. But really, it starts today, and it starts with a decision for you to give your 100%. And as Dr. Battle said, they are ready to give their 100% as well. And so don't delay. Don't delay on your future. Start it.
Yes.
Right.
Come on.
Come on. There's no reason to be held back on that. And again, at community college, there's often that misunderstanding that there's no campus life. But Gadsden State has a really fun campus life and a great cafeteria. So you can have the full college experience and meet wonderful people and get to do really great things and get to start your way on a career path that you will be thankful for. Yeah. Well, is there anything else that we want to make sure to tell our viewers? Are there any phone numbers we want to give out?
I think the main one is just, if you're interested, just take a look real quickly on our website. We have all the contact information there. If you contact just the main number, or if you contact specific ones, we'll get you to the right place. But also, really take advantage of just coming in to visit our college. We can do it anytime, Monday through Friday, and just really show you what the program's about, what we have available to you. I think you'll be very impressed.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely would recommend, even to healthcare providers too, go take a tour.
Absolutely.
I'm sure they do, and I'm sure they're very impressed by it.
And we love the feedback.
Yes.
Yeah, we're always looking to improve.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you so much for all that you do for our community and for the college and for being here this morning. It's been a pleasure to meet you, a pleasure to see you again, and I look forward to following the journey. Yeah.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate
it. It's been fun. Thank you. And thank you for tuning in to Rise and Shine. We hope that we have given you some information to inspire you. GadsdenState.edu/medical is a great place for you to go right after this and share this information. So on that, we're going to wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I've got to say a little happy birthday to my husband, too. So thank you again for tuning in. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Bye.